What if I told you? The American dream is a beautiful lie, while Canada quietly became everything America promised to be. Chapter 1. The Myth of Freedom. Freedom. It's the word that defines America. It's on flags, in anthems, and engraved in the collective psyche of every citizen. But beneath the fireworks and pledges lies a darker reality, one where freedom is often reserved for the privileged, and survival becomes the daily battle for millions. Compare that with Canada, where basic freedoms are reinforced by actual access to healthcare, to education, to safety nets that catch the falling. In America, freedom often feels like a performance. In Canada, it quietly functions in the background of everyday life. You don't have to wave a flag to feel safe here. Take the story of Alicia, a single mom in Alabama. She works 60 hours a week, can't afford childcare, and fears one medical emergency could bankrupt her. Now meet Priya, a similar mom in Ontario. She gets paid leave, subsidized daycare, and doesn't think twice about visiting the doctor. This chapter sets the stage. Canada's secret isn't in shouting freedom, it's in living it. And that contrast sets the tone for the rest of this journey. Chapter 2. Healthcare, life or death. In the US, health is a privilege. In Canada, it's a right. That one distinction changes lives daily. Over 40 million Americans remain uninsured, and even the insured face massive deductibles. Meanwhile, a Canadian walks into a hospital, receives care and walks out, without paperwork, arguments, or fear of going broke. This isn't just about physical health, it's about mental health too. In Canada, mental health support is integrated into public health plans in most provinces. In the US, therapy can cost hundreds of dollars per session, if it's even covered at all. We'll examine real-world examples, like 68-year-old Walter from Michigan, who postponed cancer treatment due to cost, and 70-year-old Gordon from Alberta, whose entire treatment was covered. One survived. One didn't. Healthcare isn't just about treatment. It's a mirror into how a nation values its people. And America's reflection. It's cracked. Chapter 3. The Student Debt Crisis versus Accessible Education. Imagine beginning your adult life already buried under $100,000 of student debt. In America, it's the norm. In Canada, it's the exception. Tuition fees in Canadian universities average less than half of their US counterparts, and government grants, subsidies, and loan forgiveness programs make the difference even more stark. We'll spotlight Emma, a psychology graduate from New York, now working 3 jobs to pay off her $87,000 loan. Then meet Amir, a Canadian engineer who graduated debt-free thanks to co-op programs and federal assistance. In America, higher education often becomes a lifetime burden. In Canada, it's still what it's supposed to be, a launch pad. The nightmare isn't the education itself, it's the price tag that comes with dreaming. Chapter 4. Gun Culture and Public Safety. There's no denying it. Gun violence plagues the United States. School shootings, mass shootings, daily street crime, none of it surprises Americans anymore. In Canada, gun laws are strict, enforcement is tight, and the cultural mentality is simply different. We explore how Canadian children go to school without fear of lockdown drills. We examine how public trust in law enforcement, combined with effective regulation, creates safer cities. We compare stats. America has over 120 guns per 100 people. Canada, just 35. And with lower ownership comes lower homicide rates by a mile. The result is palpable peace. And in a world full of chaos, peace is the true luxury. Chapter 5. Work Culture. Grinding versus living. The hustle mentality, glorified in America, leads to burnout, family breakdown, and physical decline. In Canada, work-life balance is built into the system. Employees are entitled to vacations, parental leave, and protected breaks. In this chapter, we contrast an Amazon warehouse worker in Ohio who gets 15-minute breaks with a Canadian postal worker in Manitoba who enjoys paid time off and collective bargaining rights. It's not about laziness, it's about dignity. Work should not consume life. Canada understands this. This segment drives home that productivity doesn't have to mean pain, and that burnout isn't a badge of honor. Chapter 6. Poverty and Homelessness. A Tale of Two Systems. Both countries have homeless populations, but the approach to solving it, that's where the nightmare begins. In the US, shelters are overcrowded, mental health support is underfunded, and housing programs are cut annually. In Canada, Housing First policies have reduced chronic homelessness in places like Medicine Hat to virtually zero. We follow James, a homeless vet in Los Angeles, and Melissa, a formerly homeless mother in Calgary who now lives in a subsidized apartment. In America, homelessness feels permanent. In Canada, it feels solvable. That difference is hope. Chapter 7. The Cost of Parenthood. In America, becoming a parent is a financial gamble. Maternity leave is often unpaid. Childcare can cost more than rent. Medical bills begin at birth. In Canada, new parents receive paid parental leave, universal childcare benefits, and infant health care is free. We highlight the story of Linda and Mark, who had their baby in Toronto without paying a single medical bill, versus their cousins in Florida, who went into debt just from delivery and NICU costs. A society that doesn't protect new families is a society in decline, and many American parents are starting to feel that pressure. Chapter 8. Public transportation versus car dependency. American cities are built for cars, not people. Canadians enjoy more walkable cities, better transit systems, and cleaner commuting options. We compare daily commutes. Marcus in Houston spends 3 hours a day stuck in traffic, while Elise in Montreal hops on a clean, efficient metro for 20 minutes. Public transit access isn't just a convenience, it's about economic access, environmental sustainability, and urban health. America is falling behind on all fronts. In Canada, even smaller towns are investing in transit. It's a quiet revolution, and it's one that saves lives, money, and time. Chapter 9. Climate Resilience and Clean Energy. Canada is investing heavily in renewables, carbon pricing, and conservation. The US? It's divided, politically and practically. We explore how Canadian cities are adapting to climate change through green infrastructure, clean tech innovation, and responsible forestry. Meanwhile, many American regions still argue whether climate change is even real. Sustainability isn't a political issue in Canada, it's survival. And that clarity saves communities. Chapter 10. Immigration done right. While America fights over walls and bans, Canada welcomes the world with a clear, structured, and humane immigration system. We talk to families from Syria, India, and Haiti who found more than just safety in Canada. They found opportunity. Citizenship is attainable. Rights are respected. And diversity isn't tolerated, it's celebrated. Canada doesn't see immigrants as threats. It sees them as nation builders. And that makes all the difference. Chapter 11. Social trust and political stability. America's polarization is tearing it apart. Canada, for all its political diversity, still maintains relative stability and trust in institutions. From healthcare to the legal system, Canadians believe their systems will work for them. Americans, not so much. We examine voter turnout, belief in government and media consumption patterns, showing a nation that's fragmented versus one that's still mostly united. Trust is the real currency of any democracy. And Canada is far wealthier than it appears. Chapter 12. A new definition of success. In America, success is often defined by how much you own. In Canada, it's about how well you live. We close with testimonials from Americans who moved north, not to escape, but to evolve. Here, success means less debt, more time, and peace of mind. Here, the dream is about wholeness, not hustle. If you've ever felt the dream slipping away, maybe it's not you. Maybe it's the system. And maybe it's time to look north. Like, subscribe, comment below, and share this video with someone questioning the American dream.